It was 10 p.m., and the company CEO was still in the group chat debriefing us on a meeting. I sent a message to my best friend, Mike, while slurping down some instant ramen. This woman works all night and expects us to do the same? She seriously needs to get laid. You should just go for it, man. Ask her out. My domineering female boss should fall in love with me. After typing that, I went to clean up my desk. When I came back and glanced at my phone, my jaw hit the floor. The company-wide group chat was flooded with question marks. Are you insane? You fucking sent that to the whole company. Mike was frantically typing and calling me. It's definitely too late to delete it now. I'll just say I've always admired her. Dude, look carefully. You fucking sent my domineering female boss should fall in love with my dad. Our beloved CEO, Chloe, was resting her head on her right hand, her left hand tapping unconsciously on her desk. Ma'am, I was just kidding. I'm so sorry. Well then, she began, followed by one of her signature terrifying pauses. You never knew when the next word was going to drop. Have your father come here. What the hell? I wouldn't have seen that coming in a million years. The last time my parents got called in was probably when I was in 3rd grade. I said, have your father come here. Ma'am, I'm sorry. I was just messing around. I didn't actually want you to fall for my dad. My mom is still very much alive, and they're very happy together. She slammed her hand on the table. I want your father to come here, so I can see for myself how he managed to raise an idiot like you. I laughed awkwardly, awaiting my sentence. I'm not an unreasonable person. I knew her well enough to know that whenever she said that, she was about to be completely unreasonable. I'm not going to make your life difficult just because of one little message in the group chat. Go on, I thought. Let's see what kind of hell you've cooked up for me this time. Docking your pay and bonus seems a bit much. It would make me look petty. This was definitely going to be worse than losing pay. You know that client from Apex Solutions, right? We've sent several people, and none of them could close the deal. I knew it. I just knew she was going to say Apex. I think you're a capable guy. You're quick on your feet, and you're an especially fast typer. The sarcasm was dripping. She was laying it on thick. So, I'm giving this client to you. If you handle it, we'll consider this whole incident forgotten. So what happens if I don't handle it? Was she going to fire me? If you don't handle it, it just means your skills need more development, and you can go develop them somewhere else. I knew it. So what do you think? I feel fucking fantastic. What did you say? Nothing. I just feel like this is my time to shine. I'm 100% sure I can get this done. The CEO scoffed. Fine. Any other questions? Actually, yes. If I can't pull this off, I'm fired, right? Will I get a letter of termination for my records? I can write it for you right now. No. I'll give it a shot first. You're busy, Miss Chloe. I'll get out of your hair. So how did Chloe punish you? Mike, my buddy from the iMessage chat yesterday, had a look on his face like he was dying for the gossip. This is all your damn fault. What's it got to do with me? If it weren't for you, would I have sent it to the wrong damn chat? Our company's domineering CEO is Chloe. I have no idea what her parents were thinking when they named her, but she really lives up to it. The woman is impossible. That Apex Solutions client was a total nightmare. Several of our best sales reps had already tried and failed to land them. The demands they made were something no sane human being would even consider. They said they wanted to design a social media app that would surpass WhatsApp in user numbers within 3 years. I wanted to slap the guy just for saying it. These kinds of ridiculous demands were constantly fraying the nerves of our sales team and Chloe. Chloe knew I couldn't land this client. This was just her way of forcing me to quit. Women. Standing in front of the Apex Solutions building in downtown Chicago, I took a deep breath, confident I had a foolproof plan, and got in the elevator. We've already been over our requirements. We just want to design an app. How can your company drag out something so simple for this long? We're not dragging it out at all. That's why I'm here to discuss the proposal with you. About that social media app we discussed last time, we realized it was a bit ambitious. We've scrapped that project internally and come up with a new one. I'm listening. We want to create a short-form video app, something that will overtake TikTok within 2 years. You know, with short videos, live streaming, and users can pay to give tips. I nodded, pretending to understand. This should be easier than the social media app, right? You just have to guarantee the product works, give us a marketing plan, and sign a performance-based contract. Don't worry about the money. We're loaded. Funding is not an issue. My ass you are. If your company is so rich, why don't you just buy TikTok? Why would you even need us? Oh, an app like that is simple. Simple. He perked up. Yeah, let me summarize it for you. You want an app focused on short videos, with a live streaming feature, where the main revenue comes from user tips, and once you have enough users, you can run ads on the platform. Yes, exactly. That's the app we want, he said, nodding vigorously. Easy. Let me quickly walk you through my idea. I began to lay out the product features for him in detail. Look, we'll just get a bunch of young women to dance. Now, what's the biggest concern for content creators? Getting flagged for violations. So we'll set our platform's rules to this. If they cover up the parts they're supposed to show, we immediately throttle their traffic and flag them for a violation. The only thing they're allowed to cover is their face. With that, the short video side of things will explode. You won't have to worry about user numbers. Forget beating TikTok. I guarantee you'll conquer the entire short-form video market. And then there's the live streaming. With streamers like that, do you think users will want to watch? Hell, I'd want to watch. The gifts, the tips, they'll be pouring in nonstop. As for advertising, I don't know if you've ever used an app like this. Of course, I haven't either. I just heard from a friend, but there's no shortage of ads. You open a video, and it's surrounded by ads on all sides. Finally, our marketing strategy is simple, cheap, and effective. I'll get my entire company to hand out little cards for you. We'll hit the train stations, the farmers markets, we'll slide them under motel room doors. Total saturation, no corner left untouched. We'll slap your company's name on it, and you'll be famous. After I finished, I took a long drink of water. I was really thirsty. Are you fucking kidding me? You're describing a porn app. The guy from Apex looked horrified. Yeah, isn't that what you asked for? Are you trying to start something? I slammed my glass on the table. Oh, so you do know what starting something means. You watch your mouth. Watch my mouth. Look at your ridiculous demands. Overtake TikTok in 2 years? Why don't I just move their entire headquarters into your living room? I don't know what's wrong with your family, but it seems like they threw out the baby and raised the afterbirth instead. Your development seems a little stunted. Did you fall headfirst into a septic tank as a kid and pickle what little brain you had? Security. Security. Don't bother calling security. I'm leaving. With a client like you, I'm surprised you haven't blown up your own building with one of your hot air yawns. Maybe drink more milk for that brain of yours and cut back on the bullshit. Go to hell. Walking out of the Apex building, I let out a huge sigh of relief. That felt so damn good. I'd been wanting to tell off that bastard company for ages. Time to go back and face Chloe. Whatever happens, happens. She was going to fire me anyway, so I had to go out with a bang. I got back to the office. Chloe was on the phone, her expression a mix of emotions, a frown, then surprise, then a suppressed smile, then a look of frustration. It looked like she was on the phone with Apex. I didn't even say hello, just walked right into her office, grabbed an unopened bottle of water from her desk, and chugged half of it. I was parched. So that's how you handled Apex? Chloe stared at me, her face unreadable. Look, Chloe, who are you calling old? She snapped, slapping the desk. I mean, Miss Chloe, why even bother with a client like that? It's obvious they were just messing with us. A client is a client. Anyone who brings value to this company and improves our bottom line is a client. Sure, they can bring in revenue, but because of those assholes at Apex, our employees are miserable. Can't you see that? Forget everyone else. Look at what they've done to you. She frowned but didn't kick me out, which I took as a sign to keep talking. Wouldn't it be better to focus our time and energy on better clients? But forget it. You probably won't listen to me anyway. I did what you asked. I couldn't solve the problem, but I could get rid of the person causing it. Do what you want with me. I tossed my ID badge on her desk and turned ahead to HR. Get back here. Any other orders, ma'am? Did I say you were fired? What? Maybe my job was salvageable. There was still a chance. You didn't exactly succeed, but you didn't fail either. I'll find another assignment for you. You got it, I said, grinning like an idiot. And for the record, am I really someone who doesn't listen to advice? No, of course not. You're the most open-minded boss ever. With that last bit of ass-kissing, I bolted from her office before she could change her mind. Once I was outside, I realized my ID was still on her desk. I cracked the door open to sneak back in. I saw Chloe listening to the recording Apex had sent her of my tirade, and she was laughing uncontrollably. I had to admit, she was beautiful when she laughed. By the time I got home, it was already past 9 p.m. My apartment is pretty far from the office, so any amount of overtime meant getting home late. Exhausted, I loosened my tie, kicked off my shoes by the door, and collapsed onto my bed. Finally, I could let my frayed nerves rest. I didn't feel like cooking. I guess it was instant ramen again. The truth is, I didn't want to leave this company. Chloe had her flaws. She was bossy, a workaholic, and completely unreasonable at times. But she had her good points too. She didn't exploit her employees. The pay was above the industry average. She paid for the best insurance and 401k plans. You got paid for overtime. And there was none of that weird, cult-like corporate culture. Anyone would agree it was a great place to work. That's why I put up with the long commute and never looked for another job. My phone rang. Hey, Kiki. Kiki was my girlfriend. My parents had set us up. She worked in the city too. Hey babe, wanna go shopping tomorrow night? Sure. I saw this purse I really want. Will you buy it for me? Yeah, okay. See you tomorrow then. Love you. She hung up without another word. I glanced at my bank account balance and sighed. Guess I was skipping dinner tonight. Did I love Kiki? I guess so. She was a local, beautiful, had a good degree. She was way out of my league. Did she love me? I didn't know. It seemed like she only ever called me to go out to eat, have fun, or buy her things. I complained to my parents about it, telling them I didn't want to date her anymore because it was too expensive. My mom told me to just hang in there. She said guys are always expected to spend money when dating, and that it would be different after we got married. She said women become more frugal once they're married. If I pushed back, she'd just offer to have my dad send me a few $1,000 to tide me over. My parents were getting older, and all they wanted was to see me get a girlfriend, get married, and have kids. Besides, was Kiki even serious about me? Talking about marriage felt like a joke. A notification popped up, online clock-in successful. Might as well get some overtime in and finish that proposal. I needed the extra cash this month, or I'd be broke by next. That's right, we could work from home, and we still got paid for online overtime. The life of a corporate drone is a grind. Working overtime the second you get home. It was a private iMessage from Chloe. Yeah, just finishing up a proposal. Why didn't you just stay at the office? What? What was her logic? Wasn't I saving the company money on utilities by working from home? To be honest, the thought of working overtime just occurred to me. Have you eaten? Had she lost her mind? Suddenly asking if I'd eaten? Not yet. Then come out. You're working overtime anyway, so you can join me for a client meeting. You blew the Apex deal. If you're not going to bring in new clients, who is? Miss Chloe, can I say no? They're all female clients. Send me the address. At the dinner table, I raised my glass and looked around, completely bewildered. The woman across from me? No, the old woman, the ancient woman. She had to be over 60. The person behind her, her assistant or whatever, had to be at least 50. The youngest one, sitting to my right, was old enough that my own mother would have called her ma'am. Miss Peterson, your industry, senior care products, is definitely a growth market. With the aging population, your business is bound to do well. You're too kind, Chloe. But my concern is that most seniors don't use the internet or smartphones. How do we address that? Our product department has already looked into that. We're not making an app. We'll embed the system directly into a simple hardware device. It'll be easy to use. Just a few buttons to place an order or call for in-home service. It's very straightforward. I'll bring you a prototype once it's ready. I looked at Chloe, my face a giant question mark. Seriously, why did she bring me here? With these old ladies, some of whom didn't even drink. What was I supposed to do? I wasn't needed to take shots for her. I was afraid to even propose a toast in case one of them keeled over. Chloe, you could have handled this on your own. Why did you bring me? I mumbled under my breath. What's wrong? Not happy. Didn't I tell you they were all female clients? Yes, you were telling the truth about that, but I still don't get it. There's nothing to get. This restaurant is close to your apartment, and this food is better than instant ramen, isn't it? I have to admit, in that moment, my eyes welled up a little. Just as I was about to say something heroic, to pledge my undying loyalty to her. This is Ethan from our sales team. He'll be your main point of contact from now on. Ethan is very sharp and knows our products inside and out. Anything you need, just ask him. What the hell? What product? Even though I had no idea what she was talking about, I couldn't leave her hanging. I stood up, gave a slight bow, raised my glass, and downed it in one go. What was that all about, Chloe? This client isn't fully committed yet. They're your problem now. If you can't close the deal, you're fired. I'm not kidding. Seriously, Chloe? A bunch of old ladies? How am I supposed to handle this? This isn't my strong suit. Why not? You're a handsome guy. If you can't do it, who can? Didn't you see the way they were looking at you? Fine. Any Gandone I felt a moment ago vanished completely. That bitch. She wasn't a CEO, she was a pimp. Was she really asking me to use my looks to land a client? After I started working with the client, I realized Chloe must have been joking. She had already done most of the work. All that was left was the product demonstration, which was actually my job. The clients weren't interested in my looks either. They cared about my professional competence. That day, she really had just invited me out to dinner. I was touched, but that didn't mean she was letting me off easy. She started handing me all of the company's most difficult, mind-numbing, soul-crushing clients. I had a massive headache every single day. I started avoiding Chloe whenever I saw her in the office. When are you getting off work? Soon. I just have to go back to the office and finish a spreadsheet. What kind of crappy job do you have? It's 10 p.m. and you're still not done. I'm trying to make money. Besides, I get overtime pay. The more I make, the sooner I can marry you. She was silent for a moment. Who said I'd marry you? Do you even have a place? What about a ring? My dad said I can't marry anyone who doesn't own a condo over 1,000 square feet downtown, paid in full. My family is throwing in an Audi A7, you know. Okay, I get it. My phone's about to die. You should get some sleep. Talk later. I hung up and sighed, watching the last bus of the night pull up. As the bus's headlights flashed, a light rain started to fall. I had no time to appreciate the romance of the rainy night or feel sorry for myself. I just cursed myself for not bringing an umbrella. When I got to the office, the lights were surprisingly still on. What the hell? We didn't have a culture of working late. Unless you were on a deadline, no one stayed this late. Was it a break-in? I tiptoed into the office and saw that the light was on in Chloe's office. The door was open. She probably didn't expect anyone to be back at the office this late. Since she was here, I figured I'd give her a status update and let her see just how dedicated I was to this company. Chloe was on the phone with someone, and it sounded heated. There was no way I was going in there. I waited in the shadows for her to finish her call. What do I mean? What the hell do you mean? What do you mean I'm not cut out to run a company? What's wrong with my company? I provide for so many people. Have any of them suffered under my leadership? I have, I thought. I've suffered a damn lot. I couldn't hear the other side of the conversation, only Chloe shouting, so I filled in the blanks in my head. Stay out of my business, and I'll stay out of yours. I don't care who you give your money to. I don't want it. What about us? If you've got the guts, go ahead and tell everyone. We'll see who ends up more embarrassed, you or me. What was this about? Who was she arguing with? This was starting to sound really personal. Crap, I needed to get out of there. I shouldn't be hearing this. I started to tiptoe away, but I hadn't gone more than a few steps. Then from now on, I don't have a father, and you don't have a daughter. A phone came flying out of her office and hit me square on the forehead. The impact made my eyes water. I looked inside and saw her huddled in a corner, crying. She probably hadn't seen me. I could still get away, but seeing her small, huddled figure, I felt a pang of pity. I picked up the phone from the floor and walked into her office. Chloe, she looked up at me. Why are you still here? Are you having a bad day too? No, not at all. Then why are you crying? Your phone hit me, I said, handing it back to her. Look, I didn't mean to eavesdrop. It's your family business, so it's not my place to say anything, but you should try to pull yourself together. You have that big meeting tomorrow morning, and you don't want to go in with swollen eyes. She wiped away her tears, then reached out and gently rubbed my forehead where the phone had hit me. How did you know it hit my head? There's a lump the size of a golf ball here. I chuckled, and seeing me laugh, she smiled too. You haven't eaten, have you? Let me buy you dinner. That night, she drank a lot. It was like she had found a sympathetic ear. She told me everything, things she probably shouldn't have. You probably think I have a perfect life, don't you? Don't you? You're successful. You have money. You have status. Bullshit. Her family was wealthy. She had her own company. Her father had a company. Her brother had a company. They were the 1%. But her father never wanted her to go into business. He just wanted her to marry someone from a good family and settle down. She refused. It was the 21st century. Why couldn't a woman run a business? Why should her brother be the only one to inherit the family empire? She was a strong woman, and she wanted to make our company a success to prove to her father what she was capable of. To prove that a woman could be just as successful in business. But she faced constant opposition. Her brother's company was always trying to sabotage her, and her father would subtly create obstacles for our company. As a result, our company was just treading water. I'll never understand the world of the rich. If I had enough money to last several lifetimes, why would I work so hard? Wouldn't it be great to just live off your family's fortune? You think I'm crazy, don't you? A little. I knew it. No one understands me. No one ever has. I sighed. I didn't know what to say. If I had her money, Kiki wouldn't treat me like dirt. Chloe, you're drunk. Let me get you home. I helped her out of the restaurant and tried to hail a cab. Excuse me, did you leave this purse behind? I turned to see a waiter holding Chloe's black purse. I quickly went back to get it. The moment I let go of her, Chloe stumbled into the street. A black sedan, either not seeing her or not caring, didn't slow down at all and headed right for her. Watch out. My adrenaline spiked. I lunged to pull her back. I was lying on the pavement, clutching my arm in agony. The shock sobered Chloe up instantly. She was crying, asking if I was okay. It all happened so fast. I didn't have time to pull her back, so I just shoved her out of the way. The driver swerved and hit me. Luckily, Chloe was fine. I wasn't too badly hurt either, just a broken arm. They caught the guy who hit me. He was just a drunk driver. No conspiracy or anything. I was laid up at home for 3 months. In those 3 months, Kiki never came to see me. She called me twice, both times to talk about the ring and the condo. Chloe, on the other hand, visited me several times. Seeing how difficult things were for me, she brought me groceries and other things. She never stayed long, just about half an hour each time. Besides work, she would talk to me about her family. To my surprise, she often asked for my opinion, even though I was an outsider. My brother's company, Sterling Enterprises, they're boxing us in. It's a price war. Their products and services are pretty much the same as ours, but they've dropped their prices by 40%. I knew she was just venting. There was nothing I could do to help. His company has deeper pockets, and my dad secretly funnels him money. They're willing to lose money just to drive us out of business. I frowned. So, Chloe, their goal is just to make our company go bankrupt, right? Yes. Then why wait for them to bankrupt us? Why don't we just declare bankruptcy ourselves? What do you mean? Chloe stared at me, completely baffled. I think you're overthinking this. Let me ask you, Chloe, why did you start this company? Was it to make money? Of course not. I don't need the money. I just wanted my father's approval. Exactly. And getting his approval doesn't necessarily mean you have to make this company a success. What other way is there? You could make Sterling Enterprises go bankrupt. Isn't that even harder? How much is Sterling Enterprises losing on each deal they close right now? Chloe smiled. She was smart. She got it immediately. Chloe mobilized all her contacts and resources. Our entire sales team had one mission: to send as many clients as possible to Sterling Enterprises. She even paid for a massive advertising campaign for them, with claims that bordered on false advertising. Her brother's company was suddenly flooded with business. Every client in the industry heard about Sterling Enterprises, the company that was practically giving its services away. Their competitors, sensing weakness, pounced. The massive corporation was starting to buckle under the pressure. Meanwhile, our company cut all expenses and went into survival mode. The first domino had fallen. As long as we could hold out, Sterling Enterprises would go bankrupt before we did. Worst case, we could fold, keep our cash reserves, and once Sterling went under, we could relaunch. It was a true wound the enemy by 1,000, hurt yourself by 800 strategy. But it was working. Chloe had some rare free time on her hands, and the good mood made her look even more beautiful. We started hanging out a lot, going for walks, shopping, grabbing dinner. For a moment, I almost felt like we were a couple. That's right, I hadn't called Kiki in a long time. After my arm healed, she never contacted me, and I never contacted her. Well, if it isn't my dear little sister. I turned to see a handsome, sharp-featured man standing behind us. What's this? Taking your boy toy out for a stroll? What did you just say? Chloe said, pointing a finger at him. He ignored Chloe and looked at me. I'm Cole, and you are. So this was the bastard who had been giving Chloe so much trouble. Nice to meet you. I'm her daddy. Chloe snorted with laughter. Then realizing I was also making a joke at her expense, she pinched me hard. You've got a smart mouth, kid. My sister's not smart enough to come up with that client referral scheme. That was you, wasn't it? That's right. Your granddaddy here thought of it. Chloe kicked me again. Hey sis, why don't you go take a walk? It's hard for me to mess with him when you're standing right here. Chloe ignored me. Cole, what do you want? Nothing. Just a coincidence. I just didn't realize you had a boy toy with such a smart mouth. I'll have to go tell Dad all about it. Don't you dare. I was trying to figure out the best way to shut his damn mouth. Ethan, what are you doing here? I turned around. It was Kiki. With my boss. We're just, shopping. The words sounded awkward as soon as they left my mouth. Do you think I'm an idiot? Kiki swung her purse and hit me across the face. I didn't even have time to react. It left a stinging red mark. Be careful. His arm just healed, Chloe said, glaring at Kiki. Oh, listen to you. The other woman scolding the girlfriend. You've got some nerve. Who are you calling the other woman? Chloe's eyes started to well up. Ethan, you're pathetic. Do you have any idea how broke you are? I was doing you a favor by even dating you. And you cheat on me? You're not a man. I hope your whole family gets hit by a car. What the hell did you just say? I roared, and Kiki flinched. You, she stammered, then burst into tears and ran off. I'm so sorry, Chloe said to me. It's okay. It's not your fault, I said, shaking my head. Then I turned and punched Cole square in the jaw. But it is your damn fault. Thank God my arm was healed, or I might not have won that fight. Cole might have been rich, but he clearly had no experience in a street fight. Rich kids like him usually have their bodyguards do the fighting. Unfortunately for him, I used to be the kind of guy people hired to do their fighting for them. I beat the crap out of him until he was squealing like a pig. Unfortunately, right when I was getting into it, the cops showed up. I was arrested. Chloe came to visit me. I'm so sorry. Cole refuses to drop the charges. He said he wants you to stay in jail. It's fine. It's only 15 days. It'll be over before I know it. I'm sorry. This is all my fault. What does this have to do with you? For some reason, when she looked at my unshaven face, she started to cry. Maybe she wasn't used to anyone protecting her like that. Hey, don't cry. Listen, when I get out of here, you can't fire me, okay? That would be a real low blow. I won't, she said, covering her mouth. She didn't say anything else and just left. 15 days. It was a damn long time. But when I got out, I put on a brave face. I don't think Chloe could tell how rough it had been. That night, Chloe and I both drank a lot. She complained about her stubborn, old-fashioned family and how she was determined to prove them all wrong and finally earn their respect. She must have been really starved for affection as a kid to be this obsessed with their approval. I patted her on the shoulder. I don't know about them, but I approve of you. You're a good person, Chloe. She slurred. Good. As long as someone approves of me, that's enough. She passed out on the table. Looking at her sleeping face, for some reason, I thought of Kiki. I knew that things between me and Kiki were really over this time. And that was fine. Being single was fine. I'd just tell my mom I wasn't getting married. It's not like you can't be happy alone. Chloe was drunk again, even more so than last time. This time, I learned my lesson. I double-checked that we had everything. Then I carried her out of the restaurant on my back. I asked her for her address several times on the way, but she was too out of it to answer. With no other option, I took her to a hotel. Once I got her settled in her room, I went home. The next morning, I woke up to a flood of notifications on my phone about a trending news story. Hashtag prominent female CEO and male subordinate spotted at hotel, man suspected of cheating. Hashtag the story had pictures of me carrying Chloe on my back. It was a classic case of a picture being worth 1,000 lies. The article made it sound like we were having some torrid affair. My old journalism professor was right. The media today is shameless. They'll do anything for clicks. I was furious, but we had to deal with it. Chloe was a CEO, after all. A scandal like this could ruin her reputation. For a woman in her position, a ruined reputation could be career-ending. Just as I was trying to figure out what to do, my phone buzzed with more notifications. Chloe had posted a statement from the company's official account. It said that we had just had a business dinner, she had too much to drink, and I had simply gotten her a hotel room. It clarified that we had not spent the night together, that the hotel staff could confirm I had left immediately after, and it also stated that I hadn't cheated on anyone, because I was her boyfriend. Look at that. What a perfect explanation. Here I was, stressing out about how to fix it, and she'd already handled it. Wait a minute. When did I become her boyfriend? The next time I saw her, Chloe's face was bright red. She couldn't even look at me. Are you running a fever? No, she mumbled, her voice barely a whisper. So, why did you say I was your boyfriend? With things like that, the more you deny it, the guiltier you look. Explaining wouldn't have worked, so her voice trailed off. Fine, boyfriend it is. It's not like I'm losing out on the deal. I turned to leave her office. She called me back. Hey, it was really just for PR. I didn't mean anything else by it, she said, her face turning an even deeper shade of red. It's okay, and it would be okay if you did. As soon as I got back to my desk, my coworkers were buzzing with a mix of shock and excitement. They looked at me with a combination of awe, admiration, envy, and confusion. They wanted to ask, but they didn't dare. Mike, my best friend, didn't care. He snuck over to my desk. Holy crap, dude. You're the man. You actually did it. It's not. I started to explain, but then I realized he'd never believe me. Yeah, whatever. Now get back to work before I have you fired. Over the next few days, the way people at work treated me changed dramatically. People would hold the elevator for me, offer to get me coffee, and always asked if I wanted anything when they did a food run. I have to admit, riding her coattails felt pretty damn good. Chloe didn't treat me any differently. She still gave me the toughest clients. And I stuck to my usual philosophy. If you can't solve the problem, get rid of the person causing it. One of these idiot clients messaged me again at 11 p.m. Hey Ethan, I feel like this draft of the proposal still isn't quite there. Would you mind giving it another revision? This moron was just making work for me. Which of the 6 drafts I sent you did you think was the strongest? I think the 4th one was the best. I laughed. You idiot, the 4th, 5th, and 6th drafts were all exactly the same. I didn't change a single comma. Did you even read them? What kind of attitude is that? Are you drunk? I don't work for you. My attitude is none of your business. If you want to pretend you're working hard for your boss, fine, but leave me out of it. Is this how your company treats its clients? We serve clients, not assholes who deserve to die alone. I'm going to bed. We can talk about this during business hours. Other colleagues were in the group chat, including Chloe. I don't know if Chloe saw it, but my other colleagues blew up my private messages, telling me how awesome that was and that the client had been tormenting them for weeks. Then someone told me the client had sent a dozen 60-second voice memos and had tagged Chloe in every single one. I told them to ignore it. If there were any consequences, I'd take the heat. Hailed as a hero by my coworkers, I drifted off to sleep. The next morning, I checked my phone and saw that Chloe had replied. I think Ethan has a point. And then she deleted the group chat. When I got to the office, I was greeted with a level of admiration I'd never experienced before. Ethan, you're a legend. We all get tortured by clients, but you torture them right back. That's what happens when you're dating the CEO. You can get away with anything. Yeah, when we have a problem, we have to convince the boss. You just sleep with her. I waved them off, telling them to cut it out. I knew my place. Chloe was probably just as fed up with that client as I was, which is why she backed me up. It didn't mean I was actually her boyfriend. If she heard them talking like that, I'd be in for it. My phone buzzed. It was another message. I'm coming over tonight to get my stuff. It was from Kiki. I watched her pack up her things. She hadn't stayed over that often, but she'd still managed to leave a lot of stuff at my place. A lot of it was stuff I'd bought her, still unopened. Let me help you carry that downstairs. I don't need your help. After she struggled to lift the bags twice, I helped her anyway. You've done well for yourself. Now that you've got your sugar mama, make sure you serve her well. Don't want to get on her bad side. I knew she'd seen the news story. Before I go, we need to settle up. Settle what? Let's see. I paid 3 months of your rent. I bought you that bike, that jacket, those 2 pairs of pajamas. Listening to her list the handful of things she'd ever bought me felt incredibly ironic. Just stop. Tell me how much I owe you. Fine. You sound so tough now that you have a rich girlfriend. Let's say $10,000. Pay up. That's nowhere near the right amount. She sneered. What? You think I'm not owed for emotional damages? You're the one who cheated on me. You think my time is worthless? And what about all the times you're charging him for sleeping with you? Are you a prostitute? I turned around to see Chloe standing right behind me. I had no idea how long she'd been there. For some reason, the sight of her made me want to cry. Chloe put her arm around my shoulders. This man that you think so little of? I want him. So don't ever bother my man again. Take your crap and get out. Bitch, don't think you're so special just because you have money. I do have money, and that does make me special. Is it more special to demand payment for sex after a breakup, like you? Who are you calling a prostitute? I'm calling you one. If you don't like it, call the cops. You're a slut. I said it. She said it with a smirk, her bangs blowing in the wind. She looked incredible. This is between me and him. What's it got to do with you, the other woman? Chloe strode towards Kiki. She was half a head taller and looked down at her like she was something on the bottom of her shoe. I know what you're doing. You want me to say, name your price, I'll pay it. Chloe laughed, a cool, dismissive sound. Dream on. I'm not giving you a dime. Now take your trash and get out. Then she took my arm, and we walked away. Man, when a woman is that cool, there's really nothing for a guy to do. I could never have said those things. Thank you. Chloe walked up and slapped me lightly across the face. You idiot. Are you just going to stand there and let her walk all over you? I rubbed my cheek, embarrassed. Did that hurt? No. Here, let me kiss it and make it better. And she actually kissed me. My mind went completely blank. I've already made it official that you're my boyfriend. You're not getting away now. And just like that, I was really Chloe's boyfriend. She acted tough on the outside, but deep down, she was a real softie. And I might seem like a slacker, but I'm as stubborn as they come. We were a good match. We were happy together for a year. The company was doing better than ever. Then she told me her father was sick and she had to go home. I said okay. She said I had to go with her, that it was time to meet her parents. I fell silent. She asked if I was scared. I said, hell no. I thought I'd be nervous going to her family's home, but I was wrong. Other than a death glare from Cole, no one else even seemed to notice I was there. I was completely invisible. Of course, no one dared to kick me out, either. Chloe's father was very sick, too sick to run the family business anymore. The main point of contention was who would take over, Chloe or Cole. They argued, but neither would back down. Finally, Chloe's father spoke. He said the family elders would vote. In the end, Cole won the vote. Chloe, it's not that you aren't capable. It's just that Cole is engaged to the heiress of the sterling fortune. Having him at the helm would be more advantageous for the company. As for the boyfriend you brought home. Oh, so I was the problem. I looked down, my face burning with shame. I didn't know what to say. I expected Chloe to be furious, but instead, she just smiled. Fine. If that's what you've all decided, then my brother can have it. I was surprised. Cole looked surprised too. She saw the surprise on my face. You're the one who's confused now. I only ever fought for the company because I wanted approval. Now, the only person whose approval I care about already gives it to me. So what's the point? I smiled too, and I pulled her in for a deep kiss. Her family elders looked uncomfortable. One of them spoke up. Chloe, there's one more thing. This boyfriend of yours, he's not really suitable, is he? We all think you'd be better off with someone from your own world. I was furious, but I bit my tongue. They were her family, after all. Chloe, however, did not. What? I gave my brother the company. What more do you want from me? This isn't about the company. It's about bullshit. You old dinosaurs can run the company, but you don't run my life. she said, and then she grabbed my hand and pulled me out of there. We could hear her relatives shouting after us. Her father was so angry he was shaking and couldn't speak. Cole, surprisingly, said nothing. As soon as we were in the car, Chloe broke down, sobbing in my arms. I didn't know what to say, so I just held her and patted her back. She just wanted her family's blessing. It's okay. I'll work harder. I'll win them over. You don't have to. It's my wedding. They can come or not. I don't care. About 2 weeks later, I got a call from an unknown number. It was Cole. He told me to come downstairs. He wanted to talk. I wasn't afraid. I got dressed and went down. He took me to a restaurant and ordered a huge meal. I didn't know what this was about, so I didn't eat. You don't have to be so tense. I'm not here to start a fight. Do I look tense? He shook his head. You know the family doesn't approve of you and Chloe. I know. And you know that I'm the one in charge of the company now. I know that too. I narrowed my eyes, watching him like a hawk. Look, what I wanted to say is, I support you too. I'll handle the family. I'm in charge now. Anyone who objects will have to deal with me. You're a good guy. The tension was so thick I was about to start yelling, and then he pulls this. Seeing my confusion, he explained. He and Chloe actually had a good relationship, better than it seemed. They just argued a lot, but deep down, they were close. Cole cared about his sister and didn't want her to have the stressful life of running a business. He could also see that Chloe really loved me, and I really loved her. Plus, after I kicked his ass, he knew I could protect her, so he wasn't worried. Most importantly, since we'd gotten together, she hadn't been so obsessed with work, and she seemed a lot happier. After that, we started drinking. Hey Ethan, that client who wanted to build an app to beat TikTok. That was you, right? Holy crap, you sent them to us? Of course. I was trying to show Chloe how hard this business is. I never expected you to just curse them out of the building. We both burst out laughing. I'm just curious. How much did your company lose with that whole scheme? Don't even get me started. My sister was really trying to ruin me. If my dad hadn't stepped in, I would have lost everything. I roared with laughter. And it was all your damn fault. It was your stupid idea. You're right. It was my fault. I'll drink to that. You drink one. Ethan, be honest with me. Is my sister really cut out to be a CEO? Hell no. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Her management style is a nightmare. We were all losing our minds. I mean, meetings at 11 p.m.? And the most infuriating part is, she actually pays overtime for it. He howled with laughter. The only reason the company's still afloat is because the pay is good enough to attract some really talented people. Without them, seriously, without them, what would happen? It would have gone bankrupt ages ago. Wait a minute. Cole was sitting across from me. Why did that voice come from behind me? I turned around and saw Chloe's face, a terrifyingly sweet smile playing on her lips. If the company goes bankrupt, it goes bankrupt. That's just business. You're my real treasure. She slapped me so hard I thought my teeth would fly out. After that, Chloe joined us. She and Cole reminisced about their childhood, and she asked me what the employees really thought of her when I first started. I looked at Chloe's flushed, happy face. My domineering female boss had finally fallen in love with me.